So why'd you abandon Beverly?
I thought we were focusing on South Crenshaw High.
What's up, YouTube? It's your boy, it's your homie, FuturisticMike, and I'm back with another All-American video if you're new. Now, this is going to be the review and recap for All-American Season 3, Episode 1, the season premiere. If you're a fan of All-American, if you love All-American, hit the like on this video. If you're new to my channel and this is the first time you're finding me, subscribe and turn on those post notifications so when I post videos on All-American, you get them. Now, the title to this episode is Seasons Past, and the description for this episode reads, Spencer finds himself on the defense after an interview he gave comes out. Upsetting his old teammates and emotions get the best of them. Coop and Layla return from the tour, but while Coop tries to figure out what happened with Patience, she tries to learn why Tyrone's sister is back. Billy is excited for a fresh start at South Crenshaw High, but he must confront something from his past first, so that could be a roadblock to his success. Meanwhile, Jordan and Simone struggle with saying goodbye to someone they love. Now, this was a pretty good premiere. It was a solid episode. I'm just happy that all the CW shows are coming back, all the shows that I love the most, All-American, Black Lightning, and there's a lot of other shows that are coming back. I'm gonna be reviewing Riverdale as well. That comes on tomorrow. But man, I'm excited. All these shows are finally coming back. Now, when the episode first starts, we see Spencer. He's on the bus and he's just looking around. He's amazed because he's coming back to his hometown. He's gonna be attending South Crenshaw again. You know, he's gonna be playing for their football team. So he's just excited to be back. Now, next, we see inside the school, you know, Spencer, he's catching up with everybody. We see that Olivia is painting something on the ground, and it's a Black Lives Matter thing that's gonna be on the floor. And I thought that was pretty dope, man, because we're living in a time right now where police officers tend to do some crazy stuff to our Black community. So I really like that they painted that on the ground, because they live in Crenshaw, and that's an area where there's a lot of Black folks, and you know, the crime is high and the police be doing some crazy stuff. We see Spencer catching up with Jordan. You know, we see Spencer talk to Olivia, and apparently something might have happened between them over the summer. You can just tell by how they're acting, how they're talking to each other. You know, it just seems kind of awkward. They are talking, but Olivia's acting really weird. We know that Olivia has always had a crush on Spencer. We know that much for sure. But something finally, I guess, happened between them. Then we see Asher come back, and he got back from the cruise with his mom early, and Spencer is not happy to see Asher, obviously, because he really likes Olivia. And we see Olivia run up to Asher. She's excited to see him. She jumps in his arms. Next, we see Simone, and she just had the baby. You know, Jordan was rushing off because he heard that she was going to have the baby, and she doesn't want Jordan around right now. And her dad, you know, he's trying to be there for her because she just gave her baby up for adoption. So that has to be a hard thing for Simone. Now, next we see Billy talking to a reporter. I think she's a reporter or something. Spencer walks up and she wants to hear what he has to say about him coming back to South Crenshaw and stuff like that. Then we see Billy Baker. You know, he's walking in the halls of South Crenshaw. He looks in a room and he starts reminiscing. He starts seeing things because this is his old school. You know, he has some history here. So he's just seeing some things and thinking about stuff. Then we see Grace come up and talk to Billy. She's asking him how it feels to be back at Crenshaw. And you know how these two are. There's definitely history here, but these two are still really good friends. Then we see this guy walk up. He's a new principal or something at the school. I think he was the principal. I can't really remember. But he said he used to be a student here and he left like freshman year because he was being bullied. And Billy, I guess, was one of the bullies. Now we see Coop and Layla riding with the top down. You know, it's Cali. It's Cali weather. They're just riding with the top down. Coop is reading something on her phone. She's reading about something somebody said about them because they just got back from tour. You know, Coop's really excited about what she's reading. Now, they're getting ready to go and see Spencer and them, or at least Coop is. Layla doesn't want to. So Spencer, he's playing chess with Chris, and Patience is on the couch, and somebody knocks on the door. Spencer goes to get it, and it's Coop. They're so happy to see each other. Coop has been on tour. Spencer has been enjoying his summer. Everybody hasn't seen each other in a long time. Patience and Coop are happy to see each other. They kiss and they catch up. Then Patience tells Coop that Tyrone's sister is in town. And of course, Coop is surprised because she did not know that, Tyrone had a sister at all. Now, next, we see this guy looking in the place where the babies are being held, and then Simone's father walks up. He's looking too. They start talking, and Simone's father finds out that this guy is the one that adopted the baby. He found out that the baby's name is Shay, and by the way this guy is talking, he is so excited to finally get his first child. He's been with his wife for a while, and it turns out they can't have kids, so they had to adopt. So you can tell Simone's father is pretty upset that she had to give the baby up. You can tell that he really wanted a grandchild. Now next we see Coop talking to Patience. They're talking about Preach and Tyrone. And Coop gets mad at Patience because I guess she's not being honest with Coop about something. Man, these two always get into their little arguments and then they make up. I just wish they would stay on good terms. Now next we see Laura walk in, and Grace and Billy were talking before this, and she's like, oh, am I interrupting something? And they said, no, you're not interrupting anything. So she comes in and she invites Grace, Spencer, and Dylan to family dinner. Because she says everything that happened in the past is in the past, but Spencer is part of the family. And, he's part of Laura and Billy's family and Grace's family, so they all need to get along. Then Laura brought Billy some food. They're celebrating because, he's going to be back at South Crenshaw. She wants him to do good and do his best. And they're talking about the past. And Billy says that it was an amazing thing for her to invite Grace and everybody to dinner. Next, we see Olivia and Asher, and they're catching up. Well, they're there alone, and we know that they're about to smash because Olivia says that, nobody's there and they should be doing more than just talking. But Asher wants to know what he's missing from the summer because it seems like she doesn't really want to talk about the summer. Next, we get to this dude, Cam, and he left Crenshaw to go somewhere else, so he's going to be rivals with Crenshaw. He was on Crenshaw before, and his team was rivals with Beverly, but now he's going to be rivals with Spencer yet again. And these two just go at it back and forth like they always do. These two have never liked each other for real. Next, we get to Simone, and her dad comes in to talk to her, and she says that she's shutting Jordan out because she doesn't want it to be hard on him, because she knows that Jordan really, really loves this baby. Like the whole time she was pregnant, Jordan was there for her. He was talking to the baby, and she can tell that he really loves the baby, and she doesn't want him to be hurt that she had to give the baby away. And her dad gives her some good advice and says that he understands that, but Jordan really loves her. He said that he can tell that Jordan really loves her. He said Jordan might get on my nerves, but if it's one thing I know, it's that he really loves you. Next, we get to Spencer. He walks in the baker's house. He still has a key, and Olivia comes downstairs. Once again, it's another awkward moment. He says that he should have called first or he should have knocked, and then Asher comes downstairs. He asked Spencer how he's been because he said he didn't get to talk to him, at school the other day. Spencer does not look happy to see Asher at all again because he knows that Asher is in the way of him being with Olivia. But Olivia says, hold on, Spencer, because he's getting ready to leave, and Asher walks away, and he just gives her the key to the house and says that, she's right, they do need space. Next, we see Layla and Spencer. These two reunite after a long time. These two haven't seen each other for a while, and they kiss. So I guess these two are still going to have a thing going on. And then it flashes to something that I guess happened over the summer. At first, I thought this was Olivia that it was showing that maybe slept with Spencer, but I think this is Layla. This looks like Layla's skin tone, so I think it was her. I guess they got together over the summer, but I think Spencer also got together with Olivia. So this is gonna be pretty complicated, because there's been some problems between Layla and Olivia before when it came to Asher, because when the show first started, Layla was dating Asher, and now he went to Olivia. So there's always some problems between these two when it comes to men. Now next, Spencer comes to play some pool with the boys, and one of the boys on the team, the white boy, I forgot his name, he says to Spencer, "Why are you here, man? Like, you want to distance yourself from Beverly, so why are you even here?" Next, we get to Coop, and she's on the phone, but Patience says, "Can you get off the phone and just talk to me?" Coop says that she's not going to do that because she's trying to find out when she can go visit Preach, and I guess Preach is going to be getting out of prison. Next, we see Olivia, and it looks like she's sneaking and looking at Spencer. She keeps looking at him. She can't stop. And then she talks to Layla. Layla tells her that something happened between them over the summer in Vegas, and she didn't know if they were for sure going to be a thing again until they just kissed, but now she knows for sure. Next, we see all the boys playing pool, and one of the dudes keeps messing with Jordan, the dude that got Simone pregnant. This dude keeps on messing around, and Jordan's like, "Bro, watch who you talking to. Say something one more time. I promise you, I'm gonna beat your ass." That's pretty much what Jordan was saying. Then Spencer and Jordan get to arguing, and they start punching each other. Jordan punches Spencer, and then Spencer comes at Jordan. And then after they fight, the two of them are outside sitting next to each other, and then they talk. Spencer says that, they've been living together for a long time, and never did they once put hands on each other. And Jordan explains why he did it. He says he's so frustrated because Spencer just left, just like that. He says he understands that he has to help his community, but he's not thinking about the community that he's destroying. And he said on top of all that, he took his dad with him, so that's the worst part. Spencer tells him that, Billy was gonna leave Beverly regardless. Now next we see Billy. He walks in one of the classrooms and he's seeing things. This is supposed to be his mom. He misses his mom, and he sees a little Billy Baker that's talking to his mom in his younger days. Next we see Grace talking to Spencer about going to family dinner at the Bakers. He doesn't want to go, but then Dylan gives Spencer a speech as to why he should go. He says that Spencer needs to let Jordan know that, he'll always be his brother. Because when Spencer left Dylan, Dylan felt the same way Jordan does now. So Dylan was just giving him some advice as a brother. Next we get to this new dude, and he's talking to Billy, and Billy says, "Look, can we just forget everything that happened back in the day, the bullying and everything?" And the dude said that he can forget the bullying, but there was some other stuff that he could never forget about. Now, at the family dinner, Spencer, he tries to call Jordan to apologize. He says that he's always going to be his brother. He wants to know if they can talk about things. Next, we get to Coop talking to Mo, and this is Tyrone's sister. At the end of season 2, we thought she was going to come back for some major revenge. That's what it looked like. But she says now that she dug into some things and she found out some information. She knows what Tyrone was doing. She knows that he was terrorizing the town and stuff. And she's not happy with what her brother used to do to everybody. So she says that she's very sorry about her brother's behavior, and that she's the one that got Preach out of prison because she's a lawyer, and I guess she has a lot of pull. So she's the one that got Preach out of prison. She said she's making amends, and she's gonna continue to make amends. Now next we see Simone, and she's crying. She's really upset. She says she knows that it's something she had to do about the baby, but it's just so hard. And then her dad shows her some pictures. He took some pictures of the baby, and he tells her the name of the baby and everything. He says the baby's name is Shay. He knows all this because he talked to the father. And Simone is so happy that her dad took pictures and that she was able to see what the baby looked like, because she didn't even hold the baby. Next we see Jordan, and he's on the phone with Simone, and she must have told him to come up, and spend time with her. Her dad must have really talked her into talking to Jordan, and Jordan was really happy. He was like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna be right up. I'm right out here." Now next at the family dinner, everybody's laughing, joking, and having a good time. And it's just so good to see everybody getting along. Then Spencer and Billy are in the kitchen, and Spencer tells Billy that his shoulder messed up again and he doesn't know if he's going to be able to play football. He says that it messed up during the fight with Jordan. So Billy tells Spencer not to worry about anything, that he's going to get him one of the best doctors in the league, and they're going to figure this out together. When Billy leaves the kitchen, Olivia comes in with some dishes, and these two start talking, and then Spencer hugs Olivia, and Spencer's like, so we're going to pretend that whatever happened this summer didn't happen, and then the episode ends. So I really want to know what happened between the two in the summer. I mean, I know that they probably slept together, but I want to know the full story. I want to know all the details. So hopefully we get everything in the next episode or two. I definitely want to know more about what happened with these two. I kind of want to see Spencer with Olivia, but then again, I don't know, because I like Spencer with Layla too. But what do you guys think? Who do you want to see Spencer with more? Comment down below and let me know. What did you think of this episode? Did you like it? Did you think this was a good premiere? I'll give this episode an 8 out of 10. Do you agree with my score? Was it too high, too low? Let me know. Keep supporting your boy, and I'll be continuing to bring y'all all-American content in the future. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe, and smash that notification bell so you can never miss a video. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me get out of here, y'all. It's your boy, FuturisticMike, and I'll talk to you on the next one. I'm out. Peace.